Hello, Z! Here's Rosie!
And me, the haunted, legally distinct anime boy doll.
What's your name?
Nah.
There you go.
Holy shit, Chivalry's final volume is happening.
Oh shit, yeah! We'll have to talk about that.
We'll talk about that eventually.
Chivalry of a Failed Knight. Why am I angry again?
Because it's not out now.
What am I, Dave Mustaine? Angry again. Let me just push that calibrate button. That sometimes seems to help for no reason. You know, I have no new calibration data. I'm just gonna be invisible for a moment. But hey, you got a Noth to look at, right? That's cool. It's great. Everyone likes Noth. You better like Noth. I'm gonna be pissed off. But yeah, all that aside, we are playing this obscure game. I had to go real far into like the depths of the Game Boy library. It's called Pokémon Red. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of this. All silliness aside though, I've wanted to do this for ages. I just, you know, this is one of those like nostalgic games that it seems like almost too obvious to stream it, but I just want to do it. I just want to like kind of bask in that childhood experience of like getting into Pokemon for the first time, and I hope that you'll like enjoy my story here. Noth is here. We're gonna do this together. We got the game on an emulator.
Yeah.
We
could play it on original. Well,
we have this.
Yeah!
Guide. This is Nothel's actual guide from childhood. As you can see,
yes.
The front is just gone.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to it because it's it's a third-party guide, independently made. Like, you can see the website, and you can go there with the Wayback Machine. It's kind of quaint. Like, there was, like, an original Pokemon, I think, on it. And I always wondered, like, what Pokemon is this? Not realizing until, like, many years later, like, oh, right, it's like an OC. It's an OC-mon.
OC-mon.
What's
Original
funny
monsters
is that I got this guide as a kid from like my parents, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I did not have Pokemon Red, Blue, or Yellow.
Ah.
I had Pokemon Gold was my first one, so they got me this useless guide, but I pored over it, just imagining like playing the original games until I finally got a yellow cartridge from my friend and proceeded to not play it.
Maybe I'll play that card. I've also thought about getting like the Japanese versions because I'm trying to learn enough Japanese to play games, and I feel like that would be an easier one because you already kind of know what's going on and you can just kind of pick things up as you go without having to like stop to translate every line to make sure you're doing the right thing. Although it doesn't have kanji, which is a problem, but that's Japanese nerdery we can get into another time. Willie says Guilmon, which was indeed an OC Digimon in the universe. Anyway, let's get started here, and I will just like explain my cool story over the course of all of this. Listen to my story. We're using MGVA, the good emulator for Game Boy Advance, but also for original. I hope you guys are okay with like the Super Game Boy border here, because this is how I played it as a kid. Because I played it in an emulator as a kid, and it just used the Super Game Boy stuff by itself. I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Pocket, but I never had the game because Nintendo games are expensive. Especially like, you know, these first-party hits that would never freaking go down in price. And they seemed even more expensive back then, because this was before we had euros. We had guilders, which are worth less than half of the euro. This was like a fixed exchange rate during the transition. So if you had like a popular Nintendo game, that would be in the triple digits. That would be over 100 guilders, which immediately makes it seem so much more expensive, right? And, you know, at the time, my siblings and I were just raised by a single mom, so we didn't have like a ton of money to go around for things, so it was always just way cheaper to get PC games. They just always were. Look at these freaking sprites. That Nidoran is terrifying. Look at that!
Ghastly looks like it's just a pile of sand with a face.
It reminds me of my brother.
Oh no.
When he smirks, he looks like that.
Are these to scale?
Probably not. I think Onyx is bigger than
Yeah.
that. Though it is kind of funny to realize, like, Charizard is actually, like, kind of a manlet, I think.
Yeah.
Also, these fucking prototype-ass designs on the border, that's amazing. Like, I think that the ones on the bottom, those aren't even, like, actual Pokemon in the game, are they? Well, that's kind of Kangaskhan.
Yeah,
Or
and that
Kangaskhan,
looks like
rather.
Nidoking?
Yeah, but they got that weird chibi Ultraman thing going on, which is like... But we'll get into that later. It's supposed to be nostalgia. Why is my controller not doing anything? Oh! This is a throwback to early Rosie streams, I guess.
It's retro.
It's plugged in. I tested it. I set the controls. What? One moment, please. What else do we have to say about Pokemon? Ah, jeez, this is so unprofessional. I'm sorry.
Well, how did you first get into it?
Well, Pokemon came out in Europe in 1999, a full year after the US release. And at first, I encountered it in, like, a toy catalog. And there was just all this Pokemon merch, so I guess I just somehow kinda, like... What the fuck? Why is it not recognizing my controller? What is going on here?
Check the other end, make sure that's actually plugged in, I guess?
Well, you know, it was doing the light and everything. One moment, please. I'm sorry about this. This is dumb.
Do you really need a controller for this one, though?
I like playing with the controller.
I know, but it's not necessarily...
I guess.
Necessary.
I just, you know, I wanted to set it up in a way where it would just fucking work.
Was it working earlier?
Yeah, I tested it like 30 minutes ago, and like, you know, I set it all up and it was working. I told you, man. But Rosie laptop is cursed, as you might remember, so... Wario's here. Hi, Wario. Wooly had the guides for Digimon World Games. See, now it's working. Now it's working. I think my brother briefly played, like, a Digimon World game, because he was, like, really experimenting with RPGs, and... Yeah, he played Pokemon before. Look at this fucking Professor Oak sprite. So, you know how with pixel art, when you're a kid, you can kind of interpret things, like, weirdly? Hang on, I gotta show you guys how I always interpreted this fucking Professor Oak sprite, okay? I'm gonna draw it out. Hold on. Let me just... Okay, you got this Professor Oak.
Such a big blocky chin.
Yeah, I mean, Pokemon characters do kind of look like that, but it's really just like, you know... You got this fucking Professor Oak, right? I'm just gonna sketch him out real quick. And, you know, he's got like, the hair. This isn't me trying to, like, be very good artistically right now, but, you know, he's got, like, you know, this going on.
Special draw stream.
Yeah, it's been a while since the draw stream, huh? But, like, his eyes, he has, it makes him look like he has these, like, scary, beady eyes. And then, like, because his mouth has, like, those, like, old man lines below it, I just thought that he had, like, a big open mouth. And he was just like, welcome to the world of Pokemon! Ah! So mad. So angry. Professor Oak Wayne. But yeah, I looked at this toy catalog and they had all this Pokemon merch, and the first thing I saw was like the Pokemon Pikachu, which was like their Tamagotchi thing that they had. So I thought it was like Tamagotchis. And then I like saw the show, and then eventually my brother went to my cousin's house and he had Pokemon. So like when he came home he was like, oh yeah, I played Pokemon. And I just imagined like a side-scroller starring Ash Ketchum. Because I didn't, like, you know, I had no frame of reference here. I barely knew what an RPG was. Certainly not by name. Alright, this is before women were invented, so we gotta play as a boy. What are we gonna call him?
I mean, it could just be a very tomboy Rosie.
I guess? I don't know if there's any, like, dialogue that says, like, you're a boy. What if I call him Ronnie? Like, instead of Rosie, it's gender bent, it's Ronnie.
What about Redzy?
Redzy?
Yeah?
Okay, Redzy will do.
Oh man, have we not even invented lowercase?
Oh, we have, actually, but, like, everyone else has, like, fucking cap names, so I might as well do it like this.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Professor Oak!
I remember, like, being a kid playing Final Fantasy, and I would change all the names to have lowercase. So your name's Redzy. Oh boy, this is my grandson. He's been your rival since you were a baby. What's his name again? So then, you know, my brother... My brother, who's my rival? My brother got, like, a hold of an emulator with these games, and, like, he played Red, I played Blue, but I'm playing Red now because it's got Arcanine. And Arcanine's my favorite.
Bloody?
Bloody? What the hell kind of name is Bloody?
A stupid one. I got nothing else to say for it. It's just a dumb name.
Bloody?
Bloody.
Bloody.
We got Redzy and Bloody.
Okay. Sure, Bloody. Here we go. This is so dumb. The golden age of being able to name your rival a rude word back before Nintendo outlawed fun. Cue that Scott the Woz clip where it's like, why can't I name my character Mr. Ass, but I can look up dead dogs on the Wii U browser, Nintendo?
Jesus.
Redzy, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. You are getting isekai'd.
Stand still, I have to get the bus ready.
Stupid prototype nerder. The reason that pose changes when you get shrunk is because his sprite used to have that pose.
Huh. The SNES!
Redzy's playing the SNES! Okay, it's time to go.
But we need to finish Final Fantasy V.
Yeah. So I can't tell if the frame rate is okay because this game already doesn't run that well, does it? The PC.
I believe you can get an item from that.
Yeah, Potion. Potion! Potion. I don't know. Empty ass desk here. There's nothing here. Good blinds. So yeah, this is exactly how I played the game, like with these colors and everything. So in black and white, it never looks quite right to me, actually. I want to say the frame rate is weird, but I think it's just because I set the text to fast or something. There's a movie on TV. 4 boys are walking on the railroad tracks.
Oh my god, is that Stand By Me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you never trigger that?
I mean, I didn't know it then. Doesn't that movie end with one of them dying?
I've never seen it.
That's like... Wow.
I love how it's not even like, you know, my mom's house. It's my house. I own it.
Where's the mortgage payment, Mom?
You know, RPG towns are always, like, really abstract, right? These old games, but people always hone in on the fact that it's like, you can't leave without a Pokemon, and there's, like, nothing here. There's no stores, there's just, like, 2 people and a laboratory, and then these, like, homeless people, apparently.
So, cool thing about this, guidebook I've got, that you can use if you want, it actually has the % rates of coming across a specific Pokemon.
Ah, then I don't gotta go to the Biba Booba, the Bulba Gardenpedia.
Yeah?
Why do I sometimes just not have words?
I mean, I don't sometimes have words.
Professor Oak's aid. That's all they can say. Professor Oak manufactured them in his lab. He cloned them. Yo, Redzy, Gramps isn't around! Giant fucking Pokeballs.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love that for some reason. And these Pokédexes that just look like books. It's like an encyclopedia, but the pages are blank. It's like one of those freaking, like, magic books from, like a childhood thing. I know a specific one I could name, but no one will get it because it's Dutch. So.
Son of a bitch. I just thought of a better name for the rival.
Oh?
Blue Daba D.
That wouldn't fit.
If we could somehow get it to fit.
Where was he? Where was he before this? Well, Pokemon live in the tall grass. Watch out for that shit. Yeah, let me know if you think the frame rate looks weird, because I haven't played this game in, like, God knows how long, so I don't know if it's just supposed to look like this. Bloody?
Who named you that? What was wrong with my son and or daughter?
What do you mean, and or daughter?
Whoa!
What is this? What is this oak lineage lore?
That was a slip up.
There's 3 Pokemon here. Haha, they are inside the Pokeballs. Did you know there's like a cut battle with Professor Oak?
I've heard of that, I think.
Like, he was gonna be like a post-blue opponent. And he would have like the Pokemon that wasn't chosen.
He's gonna have 6 level 100 Mewtwo's, and they're all different types.
But I guess, you know, it's kind of like, it would be weird if he was the strongest, because the whole point is like the generation thing. I'm gonna pick Squirtle.
I was gonna ask, like, what is your first controversial choice?
I love Charmander, but I'm gonna get an Arcanine later, so why would I get Charmander?
I think I normally pick Bulbasaur.
I think I picked Squirtle as a kid, but I also think I, like, did, like, you know, multiple, like, unfinished playthroughs. So I think I picked Bulbasaur at some point, and Charmander as well. Just, like, each time I was like, oh, let's pick a different one.
Yeah, my first Pokemon...
God, I am blanking on naming these things. Look at that weird icon.
Well, we can't
Chat, what do you think I should name my Squirtle?
Birdle.
Franklin. Lee says Oak's child is genderqueer and he's trying his best.
Gamera. Wrong type, but...
I mean, he does kind of turn into a Gamera.
Yeah.
Which is another one of those weird prototype things. Blastoise was not the original end of that lineage. Blastoise was his own Pokemon. It was, like, made early on because it was all, like, kaiju originally. And there was, like, a different, like, evolution of Wartortle that got cut so that that Blastoise would make more sense. Actually, I've been thinking about doing, like, a themed naming thing.
Ooh.
But I can't decide what. Like, the 2 things that came to mind were, like, anime girls we like, and...
Hololive?
Shoot-em-ups.
Ah.
Do you have, like, a water-themed girl we like? Because, you know, if I pick Charmander, the result will be obvious, but... Shoot, I never go for water types and things, I'm just realizing. Because, like, in Sailor Moon, my least favorite is Mercury. Aqua.
Aqua, yeah. I mean... Yeah?
It's also topical!
Yeah?
It's also topical to have Aqua.
Aqua, indeed.
Alright, you are now my overpowered, useless goddess. Gender doesn't exist yet, so... Boop, 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 boop. So, this Bloody's a dumbass, but, like, he does know enough to, like, always counterpick you. Like, he's a fucking Evo or something. Wait, Redzy, let's battle right here in this laboratory. That's a good idea, right? Oh man, this old school music.
Yeah. I have type advantage. Yeah, but you don't have any type moves. But I have type advantage!
What do you think about Fire Red and Leaf Green?
I like them quite a bit. Largely because that's the way I played the Kanto. Kanto? I remember pronouncing it right? Kanto? Kanto games.
Kanto, I guess.
Kanto, yeah. Yeah, I played a shitload of Fire Red.
I beat Leaf Green, because when I started collecting, like, some older stuff, I was able to find it cheap. I always wanted an Emerald card, but those are, like, notoriously widely bootlegged, so I never got an Emerald part. But I never actually beat, like, original Gen 1, like, Red or Blue, because I was bad at video games, and also, I was much more okay with just, like, getting bored with the game and doing something else back then. I was not so neurotic. The dulcet tones of being almost dead in this game. I always loved in Black and White when they, like, remixed that jingle into its own tune, and then they never did that again!
Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokémon! Eh!
I'll make my Pokemon fight toughen it up! Smell you later! Did anyone ever say that? Like, even in the 90s?
Probably. Kids are stupid.
I love how immediately it's just like, you know, Oak starts the game by being like, oh, there's all these different ways that people, like, interface with Pokemon, and then here it's immediately like, make it strong by making it fight. Lee's mom says it a lot. You know, I've never, like, you know, met your mom in person, but she seems great from everything I've heard. It's a Rattata! It always kind of weirded me out that the back sprites are so pixelated. I assume there's, like, you know, a technical reason where it's like, oh, we only had so much space in the card or something. There's all these, like, hacks to, like, you know, improve the visuals of this without, like, messing with the gameplay. Like, I know there's, like, a colorized one. I know there's, like, ones that, like, put in, like, the Space World sprites for people who know what that is. But I just wanted to do this vanilla for once. Because I'm always, like, you know, applying all these hacks and being like, this is, like, a cool way to do things, right?
Mm-hmm.
That guy just turned into a Pokemon.
Absolutely. Here's a Rattata in a trench coat.
This is just, like, the full childhood experience. Like, that fucking Professor Oak thing.
Yep.
That's going to be what I'm doing throughout this. I am going to tap into my inner little Rosette and just come up with all my old, like... It's fascinating to me that, you know, it was 1999, but everyone freaking got this game if they had a Game Boy. This 10-year-old black and white little box... Although I guess, like, by then... A lot of people were pretty quickly getting, like, colors, I think. Even though, you know, there wasn't that much color in this game then. And I never really questioned it. And I guess none of us really did. But it's just like, yeah, this looks so primitive, but, like, everyone just loved Pokemon. It must have been the anime, like, really, like, you know, making people go like, oh, this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is how you use your imagination. Especially because half these sprites don't look any fucking thing like the real designs. Look at that Pidgey. Fucking terrifying Pidgey. And these are the revised versions. Like, the Japanese versions had even hokier sprites. I love how it's just, like, explaining PP and stuff. As a kid, I never really, like, parsed what these ledges were, other than, yes, you can indeed do this. But, like, if you think about it, you're, like, climbing a lot in this game. You're going, like, it's like you're going, like, up hills a lot. This is also classic. I got into the card game for a while. Like, I had a bunch of theme decks because I didn't really care. I wasn't good at, like, the game, like, competitively. I've never been a competitive gamer type person. So I didn't really do booster packs. It was just like, oh, there's a new set of cards out. I'm gonna get, like, the theme deck. And then I never ended up getting, like, you know, rare cards because of any of that, you know?
I was kind of like that with Yu-Gi-Oh, where I would build, like, I'd buy, like, the structure decks, because it was, like, you know, they were themed, they all had, like, a bunch of, like, really cool designs in them, and that was mostly what I liked about them. I didn't really play competitively. Whenever I did play against friends, I got my ass kicked. Pokemon cards, I had quite a few. Like, I had a Pokemon card binder. Like, it was specifically branded for Pokemon cards. I have no idea what happened to it. I probably, like, sold it at a garage sale or something. I'm not really missing it or anything.
Yeah, I remember like kids having binders. I didn't really. Some kids stole my fucking holographic lappers though, and that still pisses me off. I never ended up replacing it because like I did have a phase where I like got back into collecting the cards, and I collected a bunch of like the like OG stuff that I didn't have. But like some of these cards are like expensive, and I'm just like, it's just a little cardboard card, so whatever, right?
Yeah.
I never parsed anything in here as a kid either. Like, you know, this is just a Konbini. But I never thought about like, oh, these are like, you know, glass cases like at a grocery store,
Yeah.
you know?
I always thought these stores were cool because I was like, they're so small compared to the stores here.
And I guess this clerk has like glasses, but it just looks like he has this massive mono eye. It's kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah. For some reason...
I've never done this. I've never made him change directions like that in my life.
For some reason, the guy, like, back there in the shelves, I don't know why, but his hair always made me think of, like, Elvis.
Warrior says it feels weird playing a Pokemon game that doesn't start with an hour of mandatory and skippable tutorials. God, that was... When I played Fire Red the first time, that was one of the things that pissed me off. It's just, like... It was so slow to start, because it was like, here's how you fucking use the A button, dumb shit. And then, God... Every time you boot it up, it does the diary thing, and whenever you get to a new area, it's like, this is what the top of the forest looks like, or whatever. I also didn't really like the music. I thought it was kind of like... Pokemon went through a period of everything being like a little too extra with the music, if you ask me.
So I kind of liked the diary feature when I played Fire Red, because even though I didn't like the show, it was kind of like, oh my god, it's like I'm playing the show with, like, you know, a previously on segment.
I liked the idea of it, but I didn't like being forced into it every time I booted up the game. And then, you know, you instinctively press A to get out, and it just ends up flipping the page. This is the custom Pokeball I ordered. Not a mechanic yet, really. Like crazy Pokeballs?
Yeah, they only have, like, Pokeballs, Great Balls, and Ultra Balls in this, right?
Yeah,
and the
Master Ball, honestly.
Yeah. Spawning 6 billion rumors about how you could get more.
So, last night I actually looked at a bunch of, like, old toy catalogs from around that time. Because I wanted to, like, you know, have an image of, like, this is what the game actually cost. And weirdly enough, I was not able to find just a thing that says, like, Pokemon Red cost this. But I did find one of those, like, crazy merchandise pages. And they had, like, you know, the actual, like, Pokédex that you could buy. And I remember I wanted that so bad, and I never got it. I got a bunch of other Pokemon stuff, though. Despite never actually getting the freaking game on the Game Boy. I had a little Pikachu plush that, like, talked when you squeezed it. God, Bluesy's such an asshole. I'm gonna get a map, and I'm gonna tell my sister not to give you a map. Yeah, 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 yeah. Does one of these guys give you, like, free Pokeballs, or is that not in this one? I swear I remember there's a guy who gives you, like, free Pokeballs.
I think that might be the next city.
Meow, 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 meow. Oh, he says, I thought you could buy stuff from the doors. But you can only do a couple of games later because they do that in Mega Man Battle Network. Her name's, like, Daisy, right? I think?
Yeah.
I don't know why they gave her, like, a canonical name, but... There's, like, a whole, like, flower theme. Like, in English, like, the professors are all trees, right? And then I think in Japanese they're flowers because he's Professor Orchid. Or Dr. Orchid.
That sounds like a supervillain name.
And I'm assuming that they were just like, oh, you know, space concerns, make the list as short as possible. And then they were like, Oak. And then I just ran with that theme forever. Man, we take this for granted, but this localization is so fucked. Why is it called Tail Whip? It should just say Wag! That's what it is. Because I always thought it would, you know, do damage, because it's like, you know, like Iron Tail later on, I guess.
It's because Tail Whip is cool.
But instead it's just like, oh no, it makes you look cute. And then the enemy's like, what the fuck? Why does this guy keep getting in my way? I'm just trying to... as a kid, I hated random encounters so much. I think a lot of kids, you know, once they got to Mount Moon, they just became traumatized by random encounters in RPGs. So just for reference, the last new Pokemon game I played was, X. Unless you count, like, remakes, then it was Alpha Sapphire. That's where I fell off the series, because I didn't like the way it moved in 3D. X was, like, really unstimulating. It was too easy. Oh, I have Bubble now. Like, every other gen, like even Gen 5 I wasn't huge on, but I still liked some of the ideas it had.
Yeah, my last Pokemon was Heart Gold, and I didn't even finish it. Like, I got to Kanto again, but, like, I didn't even, like, beat the Elite Four the second time. Didn't get all the gym badges. Didn't fight Red, and what annoyed me was, like, I was so excited, because, like, oh my god, they, like, put it in so you can catch, like, the birds again? Holy shit! Like, oh, can I go to the cave and get Mewtwo? And I think you can in that one?
I think you can get one of the Kanto starters as well, can't you?
Yeah, I think so. And I was like, oh my god, that's so cool! Like, that's a huge, like, you know...
That kid's standing on top of the box! What? I've never seen that before! Is that like an emulation thing or something?
I don't think
It's supposed to be like a good emulator, so I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna need some Pokeballs, so... By the way, if I pronounce any Pokemon names weirdly, it's because that's how they did it in the anime, in Dutch. The Dutch Pokemon anime dub is crazy because it is more consistent than the American one. Most of the cast is still the freaking same. Ash Ketchum has always had the same voice in Dutch. That lady's just gonna do that, like... Well, I mean, Ash is out, but I'm sure he'll show up in the new show somehow, but... And I want to see, like, the end of, like, the Ash saga in Dutch if I can somehow. Because, you know, that would just complete my childhood. This is really fucking embarrassing to say, but when Ash finally won, I cried. I cried watching that.
I do not think you are alone in that.
But I cry at freaking everything these days, so... Man, that guy wasn't kidding about potions being sold out, which is weird. Like, why would you, like, start selling, like, antidotes and stuff to the player before that? Maybe we should get, like, a couple antidotes, because there's gonna be, like, poison guys in the forest, right? You're gonna have to tell me... I think I know where, like, the Mew Glitch trainers are, but I've never done it, so... When was the Mew Glitch discovered?
Oh, man, I don't know.
There's nothing on the blackboard. Oh, man. Remember how old RPGs always had, like, these tutorial houses?
Yeah.
Like, I guess, like, game designers decided, like, you know, people don't want to, like, go out of their way to find this stuff or read a manual, so they just, like, put it, like, mandatory in the game, they gate you. And sometimes that works, where it's just like, it feels like a natural thing of just like, now you need to learn this mechanic, so we're gonna set up a situation where you must use it or you can't continue. But I think there's a lot of this stuff where I would prefer if it was just over here. You have Pokemon! Oh my god! This guy's real excited. I think you can go, like, some way this way, right?
Yeah,
And then you could actually go to the Pokemon League if you wanted, and then they're like, you have no badges, dumbass.
I think there's a guy who will stop you if you don't have the badges.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta, like, show each badge individually, I think.
Yeah.
This is an optional battle.
Huh.
This, like, blew my mind as a kid that, like, you know, this was here, because I never went this way. It was just like, oh, well, I don't need to go that way. That's where the Pokemon League is. Oh my shit, he's already got 2 Pokemon. And this is higher level. I may have made a mistake. Fucking sand attack. Fuck off!
That's gonna hurt. Oh, no. Water's not weak to bird in this? Or I'm thinking of plant or grass or whatever.
Yeah, well, water's never been weak to bird. There's actually flying type. There's actually like an unused bird type for some reason. I guess they realized that that was kind of redundant. There's so much weird unused stuff in like Pokemon G1, and we found so much more of it when there was that big Nintendo hack, and you know, obviously it is, you know, legally and morally wrong to like go into people's computers and get shit you're not supposed to. But this is really cool, and Nintendo would never actually show it to us. So, as you know, like a gaming archivist type, I do really like that we have all that information. Okay, so that was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I didn't know that, you know. Well, whatever.
Hey, free healthcare.
Yeah, I mean that's something. Oh man, the Pokédex. So I think this actually looks like slightly better in the Japanese version. It looks closer to Gold and Silver one, but they have to change the format because of like text limitations. Are there any like fucked up like Pokédex descriptions in this game?
Oh, I'm sure there are, but I can't think of any.
All right, let's catch some stuff. The classic march.
Let's catch Rattata, because that's a mainstay of everyone's group.
I feel like you kind of gotta have Rattata early on, right?
For sheer lack of any other options, maybe.
Well, there's Pidgey.
Yeah.
And you know, Pidgey stays useful longer, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, should I even bother with this one? It's so low level.
Yeah.
How high can you get the levels? Do you have the guide?
Yes. Let me look up for that first route. Are we on Route 1 or 2?
I'm in a belt, so I don't know. It's right before Viridian City.
Okay, so that's Route 1. The Rattata levels go up to 4.
Alright.
Pidgey levels go up to 5.
Alright. And there's... I guess I could ignore that battle for now and just go up, but like...
They are about the same on the next route.
Okay. I do want a Pidgey, because that'll be useful later on, but... Fuck off. You suck, Rattata! This was also before EXP share, so you had to do that trick of, like, putting your crappy Pokemon in front and then immediately switching it out.
Yeah.
Oh no, my defense fell. Why do I keep going into that menu? Oh, I can't do my, like... Everyone has, like, their like, button combo that they just press in the hope that it'll make their Pokeball better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've always done one where I press down the instant that the Pokeball slaps shut, and then I rock left and right with the ball. But in here, you don't actually see the Pokeball shut, so I can't do the first part. Bites anything when it attacks. Alright, what are we naming this one? Why does it look like a deer?
I always interpreted it as like a cow.
I guess. I love these generic icons.
Do we have like a really mousy anime girl?
Or like, you know, small, attacks a lot. I'm sure there's like a lot of small, angry anime girls.
So, do Hololive girls count?
You just want to call her Bales?
No, that's not actually who I was thinking of. I was gonna say it's not, you know, like they're not a rat, but Risu.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like a... I don't think we had Squirrel till Gen 2, so...
Yeah. There's the mouse girl from SAO, Argo. Yeah, Argo.
I have no idea who that is.
She shows up like once or twice in the first season when they're in Aincrad and then just completely vanishes. And has apparently come back for the last arc, because why the fuck not?
Sure, I'll go with Risu.
Risu!
And then if we do catch a squirrel when we play Gen 2, because I'm sure I will at some point, we'll name that one Bales.
Risu 2.
Risu 2.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like I should at least pick characters that I, like, freaking know who they are. Probably more relevant in light novels, judging by how often I've seen her pop up in fanfic. I don't know, I feel like a big part of SAO fandom is giving more of a shit about the side characters than the author does.
That, and also, what if Kirito actually fucked the girls instead of pretending they weren't there? And I'm like, I can't tell if that's better or worse than what we got in canon.
Pidgey used Gust! It's trying to develop Atelier games at me!
Come on, Pidgey. I love the Pidgey evolution line. It's one of my favorite bird types.
Yeah.
Because it's just so fucking dependable.
A classic, like, Gen 1er thing is, like, being like, why doesn't Ash use Pidgeot more? And then just leaves it behind. Okay, we got Bird now. Bird Girl.
Well, I mean, if we go and play Gen 3... Oh no, we did play Gen 3 a little bit.
Yeah.
Bird Girl. Kiara. But Kiara's a chicken.
Well, there's no chicken Pokemon.
Yeah.
Veil.
Veil, yes!
Alright, we'll do Veil. We're keeping the lore of the trauma that we endured. If we get... There's no other bird Pokemon in this, right? Except for, like, the legendaries? It would be cool to call one Evil Veil.
Is Sparrow in here?
That might be a version exclusive, I don't know. Alright, let's go to the Pokemon Center. Yeah, I don't know all the version exclusives off the top of my head. I just know this one has Arcanine and Blue doesn't. I also think Scyther is a red exclusive.
Well, it was on the start menu, so it better fucking be.
Well, not everything on the start menu is exclusive. I just, you know.
Well, I meant more like it better be in here.
Alright, I guess we're training these for a bit. We could just ignore that fucking blue battle, but... Spear is not exclusive, alright. Where do they show up?
One moment.
Rattata looks so tiny in the back sprite.
Oh, this is alphabetical.
I just love how, like, weird a bunch of these sprites are.
Spearow, routes 3, 4, 16, 17, and 18.
Beep, beep, sheep, beep. There's no sheep yet. That's Gen 2. Gen 2 has sheep.
Fucking Abra.
Imagine having to play an Atelier game every time Pidgey uses Gust. Like the whole thing. I've never actually, like... Atelier... Okay, I've played one Atelier game. I played Atelier Toturi on the PS3. And I kinda like it, but it's also kinda weird because, like, a lot of the time you don't really have to, like, actually fight stuff that much. So I was just going around, like, you know, getting all these, like, ingredients and, like, you know, upgrading my stuff so that I could be, like, a cool alchemist, because you have to get your license up to a certain point and go to a certain place before a certain time to get the good ending. Or some shit like that. And then you just randomly, I run into, like, a freaking boss character, and my characters were all, like, weak as shit. Because all I've been fighting was Poonies. So I just, like, didn't understand, like, okay, what does the game really want me to do here? Ah, shit, am I gonna faint? Whoa! I wish Pokemon worked like Saiyan so that if you're almost dead, you get an EXP boost. Hey, I'm sure modern emulators can, like, trade or something, so if someone wants to, like, play Blue alongside me and trade with me, that'd be really cool. That was, of course, a problem playing this on an emulator as a kid. Like, you could not trade.
Yeah. I mean, not that I ever actually did a bunch of trading anyways.
Yeah, I never really was like, oh, I gotta catch them all, even though that was, you know, supposedly the goal.
Yeah, even when they had, like, the online trading with the DS games, like, oh, I could actually get them all. Maybe I should. I never did.
Yeah, by then it was just like, you know, like this kind of insane prospect to get everything.
And it's only gotten worse. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's like over 1,000 at this point, aren't there?
Yeah, and they just like, and they're kind of trapped too, because they just have to keep adding more.
Yeah, because people get so mad if you take anything out. Even though it's just like, you don't need every single Pokemon.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna care that much. Lee says I got them all once. S&M has good distribution.
Well, I mean, I think we're both on record for thinking S&M is pretty great.
I really don't get why they didn't do a third version on the Switch, because that would have made that joke even better. Man, I love these old animations. I just love how they were able to do this with such a, like, primitive machine.
Yeah. Like, it actually surprised me, going back to, like, older Pokemon and seeing that the sprites didn't actually move, because, I think it's in Crystal that they start moving, and while Gold was my first Pokemon, Crystal was the one that I actually played the most of. Like, of my first couple Pokemon games.
Yeah. They had, like, the little intro animation, right?
Yeah.
And then, I think in Ruby and Sapphire, they were static again, and they had to, like, re-add that for Emerald. Because, you know, that's the thing that keeps happening with Pokemon, is, like, they have to redo all the assets for, like, better graphics. I know, I love Gen 3, I love Hoenn.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, like, people were, like, really treating it like, oh, this sucks, Pokemon's over. Which is weird.
Yeah.
And I guess a lot of it was like, oh, some of this stuff from Gold and Silver we couldn't put in here because we had to start from scratch.
Okay, so there's a 2-year gap between, like, Crystal and Ruby and Sapphire, which, as a kid, felt like an eternity. Like,
right?
I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, it took, like, years before Ruby and Sapphire became a thing, and I'm look back and I'm like, it was only 2? What the fuck?
Yeah, as a kid, everything feels so, like... I think there's actually, like scientific, like, proof that, like, when you get older, things just feel faster.
Yeah.
Somehow. Don't quote me on that.
And then, I think I didn't get Fire Red or Leaf Green when they first came out. I think I got those after Emerald, so... Yeah, I don't know. And also, I didn't get the original Game Boy Advance. I got the Game Boy Advance SP, so I don't even know, like... When I actually finally got, Ruby. Let's see, when did this release? 2003.
This is no way.
God, the Game Boy Advance SP was so good.
Yeah, I remember the GBA coming out and being like, these games are cool, but what the hell is this screen? And I did not get a GBA at the time, precisely because I was just like, it's literally better on emulation. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! It looks so weird!
Oh my god!
Why is the horn all the way back there?
What's wrong with its face?
I I think like a lot of like the designs were just done like by like whoever was on the team. So I think a lot of these people weren't like necessarily artists. Girl hamster! Oh no! Don't make me waste Pokeballs, come on. What the fuck? Well, I think if I attack it again, it's gonna die, so... Like, that was like one tackle, like, got it down that far, so...
Yeah.
Come on, just work with me here, alright? Yes!
Yeah! Okay, what are we gonna call this one?
Yeah, I don't know any hamster girls. I guess we need like a really tiny girl for this.
What if I looked up the name to the lady hamster in Hamtaro?
Once again, I like to do characters I actually know.
Okay,
I didn't
that's
watch
fine.
Hamtaro.
Alright, so we need a tiny anime girl.
Yeah. Is there anyone who like shrinks or something? That would be funny.
I want to say Bochi, because I think Bochi just does everything.
Chat, we need a tiny girl. Maybe like a fairy or something? Willie says I keep blanking on shows you've seen. I have an anime list!
We could just name it after Wooly's OC. They're always small.
Maria?
Maria?
Like from Testament?
Or maybe? Shizuku?
I feel like we need, like, you know, an actual, like, ice or water type of Shizuku.
What about, like, other video game characters? Wait! What about Rydia? Because she starts small and then gets big.
Sure.
Michiko?
I only know one Michiko. And that's not... She's not tiny, I think. Yeah, Hacheen's the little kid, right? He brained too hard. I was gonna say, Michiko's the adult lady. Fuck off. I missed!
God damn it, Aqua! Accurate name! What were we thinking?
Doesn't even have turned undead, or whatever. Alright, you fucker. Round 2. Ready for round 2. That was the most feminine noise I've ever made in my life. It's because of the Sigma virus. I'm working on it. I'm working on not having the Sigma virus. Ha ha ha! No stand for you, bitch! Oh, that doesn't do a lot of damage. Well, I don't have anything that's, like, good against Bird yet. I'd have to go into the forest. We've got Radical 6. Is that like a... Is that like a Vine Sauce, like, thing? I'm glad that, battles with Bloody have become... so much better. So much more strategic. What's Zero Escape? Yeah, I haven't played those games. I knew someone in college who was into that, so I think I've seen the game, but this may have still been a bad idea.
Put Risu in there, she's a body. have Gust? Oh, that's all we have. Well, it's normal?
I guess. Well, this was dumb. And I have one Potion, so...
Yeah, use it on... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna use it on Rydia, that would be... silly. Should I just have Vale keep going here?
Yeah, use, like, another attack and then maybe switch, like... Have them take one more attack, because they can probably take it, and then switch them out.
Well, Bulbasaur is just, like, preparing to fuck me. So while this is going on, the anime, you were never super into that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, even as a little kid, I picked up, I'm like, wow, there's a whole lot of nothing happening in this show. And granted, I watched, like, a bunch of cartoons for Status Quo was God, but those were funnier and never tried to pretend they were on a journey. And, you know, they had Digimon airing at the same time, and kid me, like, not in, like, as many words, but realized, like, oh, this is the show where things happen. So I watched that a lot more and enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah, I definitely always liked shows where they were on a journey, and even as a kid, I was like, okay, I know that it's just gonna be like, you know, something interesting happens when it happens, and everything else is on the way. Because so many of the shows I watched as a little kid were like that. Really a very, like, Japanese thing in like, cartoons, it seems. Because a lot of those shows were anime. Even if they were often based on stories from elsewhere. Man, Vale is really hanging in there.
Yeah? You might want to swap her out.
Yeah, if I want the XP.
Oh no. Oh, thank Christ. Woo!
Alright, Aqua. Yeah, I watched, like, the Sinbad anime, and, like, Niels Holgersson, who is tiny. Yeah, the story of that, for those who don't know, is that, like, Niels Holgersson was this kid who was, like, a fucking dick to animals and shit. And then one time he, like, finds this, like, little, like gnome or leprechaun or something and traps it. And the gnome is like, kid, you fucking suck, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. And he shrinks him. And then, like, he has to, like, you know, deal with it's a really, like, why don't you pick on someone your own size? I'm gonna make you their size kind of thing. And then he has to, like, go through, like, character development. But, like, I never saw the start of the show, so I didn't know, like, I didn't see for myself that he was a dick. That was just, like, you know, something that would come up as, like, this is why he's on his journey. Because he seemed to do a lot of, like, good stuff. He, like, makes friends with, like this swan and, like, rides on its back. No, it's a goose. It's a goose. I have to remember the theme song where they say that he's flying high on a goose over Sweden. Literally just the plot of the Ant Bully. I've never heard of it. Spearow! But I have no Pokeballs. Damn it. I'm being growled at by a bird somehow. But yeah, like journey shows, like, it wasn't that weird to me, and there were plenty of episodes in Pokemon, like, Season 1 I really liked. I thought it was a pretty, like, good, fun show. There were, like, some crap episodes, but I really liked it, and at the time, like, it wasn't yet, like, in a weird state of going on for, like, a million years, and just getting flanderized, so it still felt like, you know, Ash Ketchum's a dumbass, but it was still reasonable to be like, yeah, he's growing slowly. And I did like that, you know, there were times when he had, like, the moral high ground over Misty. Like, it didn't feel like it was always just like, Ash is a dumbass.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't, like, even go up here earlier. It was always confusing to me that, like, this sprite is just, like, completely bald, but I think he's supposed to... Yeah, we don't need to know about Pokeballs. Like, I think he's supposed to have, like, the old man hair where it's just, like, at the back of the head, right? Yeah, like that. That's not on a sprite at all, so that always confused me. Why do you have 50 Pokeballs just standing out here? How did you get into a battle? There's no grass! Why are your eyebrows so massive? Are you Heihachi?
What is the book show? What is the book Wario was talking about?
The Ant Bully?
Ah, okay. Yeah, I wasn't aware of, like, many books that became anime, so for whatever reason it made me think of the Del Toro quest.
There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
So there's actually, the gym's, like, right here somewhere, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. And then you can't go in because the leader is out. I guess I'm gonna need some more Pokeballs, but I'm also gonna need to fight some trainers soon because otherwise I'm gonna run out of money. They don't have potions. It's so weird. I guess they just really want you to, like, get used to, like, going to the Pokemon Center.
Mm-hmm.
Is anything over here? Okay, just the gym. I really like that little arc in, like, Saffron City with Sabrina because she was fucking terrifying. Because, like, this show has, like, was, like, relatively grounded. Like, you know, everything's really silly and there's all this, like, weird tech and stuff, but, like, then suddenly it's just like, yeah, this girl is, like, psychic and can turn you into a doll forever and shit. And I'm just like, holy crap. Alright, let's... Oh, you don't fight? I just assumed that guy would be a trainer. I mean, yes, he is a trainer, just not one that fights. Eh! I never gave any shits about bug Pokemon.
Yeah, the only ones I liked were, like, Scyther and Pinsir, because they looked cool.
Yeah, I don't even really think about them as bugs, but I guess they are, huh?
Have we ever even had a legendary bug Pokemon?
I don't know, maybe? Because, you know, I mean...
Where is our kaiju-sized cockroach? Come on, Nintendo!
Willie loves bug types. I mean, I guess if you, like, train them up, they can do cool stuff. Because you can make, like, a bee and a butterfly and all that. I think I usually caught a Caterpie just to do, like, the Ash Ketchum thing. I really should be, like, putting my weaker guys on front. Look at this shit-eating grin.
Oh boy, Weedle!
Bug catching as a thing has just always been weird to me, but that's apparently what, you know, got the franchise started, so... Like, didn't, like, Satoshi Tajiri, like, catch bugs as a kid, and he was like, what if I made a game out of it?
Maybe? It definitely seems like more of a thing, like, in Japan, because even in, like, Kamen Rider, the original series, there's a couple episodes where, like, the kids have to go out catching bugs. Like, in one episode, it's for, like, a school assignment, but I think in another one, they're just doing it because, like, for fun.
Willie says, I think we have one real legendary bug, a couple bug ultra beasts, one bug semi-legendary.
Oh, Christ. Everything after legendary just made me, like, have a headache. Ultra Beasts! And I'm like, what?
It's not that weird. Yeah, it felt like Pokemon came on at, like, just the time where, like, a lot of things were changing with regards to the shows on TV, because at least, like, in my experience, because like then we started getting like a lot of like, because I was watching that on Fox Kids. And then they start like airing like Digimon and like a lot of stuff made by like localized by Saban or 4Kids. You can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. What does that mean? Jam out? But yeah, it felt like things were gonna go a little more serious. Like, you started getting, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Beyblade, and it's like, not, like, the deepest shows or anything, but they like, presented themselves in a way where it's like, oh, yeah, like, this is about something.
Yeah, there is a plot.
Yeah, it's that shonen spirit. And, I think it was the year after that, like, I don't know what I'm doing. That we started getting Dragon Ball Z in the Netherlands as well, which, in America that had been around for a while by then, and Cartoon Network had been showing it. And that really, like, changed everything, because it was just like, holy crap, this looks like those shows I watched when I was, like, even smaller, Rosie, but it's, like, action, and, like, those first couple fights look incredible. Like, that is some Sakuga. So that just kind of blew my mind, where it's like, I think the closest thing I'd watched to that was Beast Wars. And, that wasn't... the CG was interesting at the time, but it wasn't exactly a spectacle of animation, really. Yeah, and then, like people start, like, knowing what anime was. And you started getting some more shows on TV, and it never, like, became that huge in the Netherlands, like, on TV. Like, we got Gundam Wing and Sailor Moon. Like, we were kind of copying, like, American Toonami for a bit there with the lineup. Cardcaptor Sakura we got. And it was, like, the, like, non-messed up dub. It was a Dutch dub based on, like, the version of the English dub that didn't try to pretend that Chowron was the main character. Fucking weird sexist bullshit with like that and Escaflowne. Like, just them being like, girls don't want interesting shows, so we'll just make the guy the main character. What the fuck? Okay, obviously I gotta get a Pikachu, but it's gotta show up first.
One moment.
I know it has, like, a way lower thing than just finding bugs, but...
Oh, yeah.
I know that, like, the first time I played, I got really lucky and found it quickly. And then when I played it again, like, later, I was like, where the fuck is Pikachu?
You're in Viridian, right?
I'm from Viridian Forest, yeah.
Yeah, enjoy that 5% rate.
We'll get there. This is the Pokemon experience. We're not doing this for, like, an efficient playthrough. And around the same time that DBZ started airing, we also started getting Batman Beyond, which is called Batman of the Future in the Netherlands. Or in all of Europe, but... I could probably do the switch trick with Rydia here to get her up to speed a little bit. Oh, that's a trainer. I think the trainer they use for the Mew glitch is on, like, Route 8, so I'm gonna have to avoid that guy and then come back later when I have Fly, right? So that works. Actually, if it's a Kakuna, is it even gonna be able to do anything? Like, maybe Rydia can take it on.
Yeah, no, it'll only harden.
It'll take a while, but you'll get that XP.
Yep.
It's gonna be so funny if I, like, end up playing Gold and Silver, and like transfer my Pokemon, and then they all turn out to be dudes. Trains Pokemon is so awoke. Ooh. That guy's gonna get nauseous the way you keep phasing him in and out of reality like that. Well, fuck him for hiding in the grass to, like, frickin', like, home gang people. Such a weird thing where it's just like, it's the law. You made eye contact with me, you have Pokemon, you must fight. And if you lose, I'll take your money. Like, I just imagine that among, like, you know, like adults, that shit gets crazy, because they'll just be like, I'll take your house, I'll take your wife. Sounds like something that could happen in the manga. I gotta read more of the Pokemon manga, but they never have the volumes I need at Barnes & Noble.
Yeah.
And, like, all manga, like, my manga reading just gets stopped dead because whenever I actually go to a store, they don't have the volumes I need for anything. Beep, 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 sheep, 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 beep, beep. So it's like the entire route, like, there's not like specific grass patches or anything like that.
Yeah, as long as you're in Viridian Forest.
Right. Hang on, is it more efficient to leave the forest? Is there a Pokemon Center, like, nearby? If I go, like, through to the end? Or is it better to go back?
Let me get the map again.
Because, like, you know, eventually I'm gonna run out of resources here because I have no potions.
Yeah, hang on.
So I'll just have to beat that guy up there.
Yeah, it's easier to go through, to go to the end and keep going to Pewter, I think.
Okay. Oh!
Oh shit!
Okay.
Go for it!
So I don't remember, like, what the, like, calculations is. Like, if you, like, lower their stats or anything, does that help? Or is it just, like... I think it's just, like, status effects help, right?
Status effects help,
yeah, which I don't have. I guess that's where, like, bug Pokemon could come in handy.
I'd say risk one more tackle.
Please don't crit. Sometimes I press right if I don't want to kill something.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Ah, Fat Pikachu, I love you. You're so cute. Like, unironically, I love the original Pikachu
Yeah!
spread. I love the original, like, Fat Pikachu, like, Pokemon card as well. Like, I just always found it really interesting, and it's like, this is, like, the iconic, thing. Toka?
Yes, Toka!
The Electric Hanakawa.
Yes.
Why do Pokemon get to have longer names than people?
I don't know. Science?
Science!
Science!
Yeah, how'd you beat that trainer? I fucked him up with science! Fat Pikachu's underrated. They made, like, a plushie of Fat Pikachu that was, like, actually, like, the real weight of an actual Pikachu. And it was, like, super expensive. Like, it was just, like, life-size, life-weight Fat Pikachu. Ah, shit. This is, not gonna work as a war of attrition, but it is very funny. Should I, like, keep going here, or just switch out now? Because the EXP is gonna be the same, and I'm not gonna be able to win with Rydia.
Yeah, switch out if you think you can make it go faster.
Yeah, shoot, I wish Veil was at, like, higher HP here, but...
You always switch her in for the next one and
Yeah.
get a hit in.
Well, I'll just have Aqua, like, finish this off. I'm liking our party names that we have. Is Water, like, weak against Bug or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
It's just grass, right?
Yeah.
Fucking Christ. At least I have antidotes, so... I'll deal with that later. It's not that much damage, so...
Wario says they brought Fat Pikachu back as a Giga...
Gigantamax.
Yeah.
What fucking gen are we on? Like, I have not played any of these games. Oh, that was all? I didn't pay attention to how many Pokemon he had, so... I thought there was gonna be more to that. It was so weird to me when, like, they made it that, like, poison just brings you down to 1 HP slowly on the map and then goes away. Because it was just like... I thought, like, you know, poison is, like... I almost kind of missed poison just being, like, the biggest shit sucker if you're in the middle of, like, a dungeon kind of place.
Yeah.
I always like that there's just, like, these little, like... houses, like, connecting the routes. I don't know if they have a name. But I always found that really interesting. Because it just, like, it reinforces the whole idea of, like, you're, like, on the longest fucking hike across the entire prefecture.
Like, here's a place where you could nap and recover. Oh no. Hell, if the TV show didn't make me fucking hate Jigglypuff.
I like Jigglypuff. I never understood. Oh shit, I did it again. I never really got why people are so like, oh, fucking Jigglypuff. I thought it was funny. Maybe for some reason, it just amused me that this thing just fucking shows up where it has no business being. Like, remember, like, you know, Suede did, like, those Pokemon reviews for a long time. And he, like, hated the episode where there's a Blastoise and it turns out that there's a Jigglypuff, like, hiding in, like, its, like, cannon. And that's why it's asleep. I thought that was so funny, and Suede hated it so much. Oh god, I can afford 1 potion. Sure, I guess. So since we're in Pewter, like, the gym is really just gonna be the Aqua show, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I can still go out here and, like, put my other people in. Toka's so weak. I gotta fix that.
Yeah, because we're gonna need her to steamroll Misty.
Yeah, and also Toka is, like, high tier. She's, like, you know, she's like one of the strongest characters. She doesn't even need Brute Soul to, like, kick ass.
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck being a desperado. I'll just beat your shit.
Like, I just love that it's just, like, the guy's, like, specifically like, oh, you better do Brute Soul, you better awaken to this, or I'm gonna, like, do all this shit, and, like, you know, like, puts, like, weird images in her head, because that's his power. And it's just like, nah.
What if I cut you up?
And she just defeats him just like that. She's like, I'm not doing it.
Chivalry's good, holy shit.
I just love that because of, like, all the, like, you know, the metaphor, the allegory of what that means. To, like, you know, awaken to being a desperado. You like this nerd shit?
Because we got a lot of chivalry to talk about.
Okay, that Pidgey, like, kicked my ass, even though it shouldn't have, so... Risu! Happy birthday! Yay, Risu! Is there any Pokemon here that's, like, close enough to a dog that we can name it Corone?
I don't know. Are we gonna name something after Okayu?
I don't think Meowth is in red, so... Sadly, I don't think we can get an Okayu. Oh, obviously, Arcanine can be Corone.
Oh, yeah! Unless you wanted to name it Stella.
Oh shit, yeah. Damn it!
I don't know, I feel like... No! No.
No?
I don't think Arcanine is pretty enough to be Stella. Unfortunately, what I would name Stella would be Flareon.
Which is not...
Which is redundant, because we would have an Arcanine.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Okayu can be whatever we make the Eevee into.
Yeah, maybe. I guess we could, like, you know, wait all the way until Moltres to get Stella, but...
Yeah.
I don't know, we'll figure this out as we go.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll just catch 2 Growlips for no reason. I remember this being like the first grinding spot in the game, depending on like, you know, who you had. Because like with Squirtle, you can kind of just go in there and like bust shit up. But then if you had like anything else as your starter, you were not going to have an easy time with Brock. I always thought that was like an interesting balancing thing, because like, you know, as a kid you don't know that, you just pick the one you think looks cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like the first guy can either be a complete pushover, or he can like ruin your day.
Ass. Yeah. Fuck, what does Ninetales evolve from?
Vulpix.
Vulpix.
That's an exclusive, I believe.
Vulpix. Yeah, we can't get that.
Yeah. Could you do me a favor and get me some water?
Yeah, I was just thinking I need a water break myself.
Yeah, thank you very much. I remember that Jigglypuff in the Pokemon Center. If you play Pokemon Yellow, your Pikachu who's following you will actually fall asleep until you leave the Pokemon Center. Or talk to it or something. No, I think if you talk to it, you actually see that it's like asleep. Man, what is with these Pidgeys? Just like not letting me do this. Like, accuracy reducing moves always piss me off, because it just creates this, like, situation where it's like, oh, you might not hit, and what are you gonna do about that, really? Like, I guess there's, like, really specific items, maybe, but it just always, like, pissed me off, because it seems like it just, like, slows the game down for no good reason. No, this is not going well. Well, heck! Oh, now you use Tail Whip. Little shit.
Water.
Yay! So I followed the anime like a lot that first season, and since I like, you know, it was when I was really little, I guess like either because so many shows like didn't have much continuity, or I was just like too young to really think about it, but like it felt like shows didn't really like air their episodes in like the right order somehow. And with Pokemon, it was like, oh, you know, he gets to the end, and then they rerun it from the start, so I could see, like, how his journey began. And that was, like, really cool to me at the time. And then, like, the Orange League happened, and I kind of watched that.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, like, seeing the second movie in theaters as well. And laughing really hard at the line of, like, no, more like the Frozen one! I saw it with my dad, who was probably very unimpressed, because he's unimpressed by most things. And also, that movie's not very good. I liked it in the theater, but like seeing it again later in life, I was just like, wow, this is like such a nothing story.
I probably liked it more than the first one, but that comes down to like just my personal tastes and nothing else.
I don't know how far I want to train Toko right now, because it's not like we're gonna get much use out of her in the gym here.
Yeah.
But we'll need her later, because on the like upcoming routes, how strong are the Pokemon there?
Let's check the book.
We're getting a lot of use out of this.
Let's see. So that would be like Route 3 and Mount Moon.
Oh boy, Mount Moon. Yeah, we're gonna get plenty of use out of Toko there then, because Zubat's out the ass.
Most of the levels seem to be 5 to 6. You can find a level 3 Jigglypuff, which
right.
Whoop-de-doo. In Mount Moon, the levels go from 6 to 11. It looks like 8 is probably the average.
Yeah, I think I won't have too much issues then.
The last floor is 9 through 12.
Right, but we can just gradually go through there.
Yeah.
So apart from Aqua, do I have anyone who's going to be any use to me in the Pewter Gym? Because, like, you know, obviously Rock is weak to water, but I don't know if they have any other, like, useful weaknesses.
Really, I might. Hang on. No, not for a while. What is it? Because, like, in Yellow, you start with Pikachu, so they have to give you something that will let you fight Brock, and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I think in Yellow, the strategy was you had to go and catch a Mankey that would learn, like, a fighting stuff. That or, like, Pikachu would learn something, but, you know, type advantage.
I don't know how strong our trainers are in the gym, so I'm gonna try the switch trick and just see if it works out for me.
Let's see.
Yeah, the first appearance of this guy! Our first fan. I love that there's always the gym guy in these games.
Yeah. Let me see. I don't think this book actually lists any trainers except the gym leaders.
That's kind of odd.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just the one, I think, here. You're still light years from facing Brock.
Brock is a Geodude at level 12 and an Onix at level 14.
Right. We'll have to train a bit more then. Look at this dude. The junior trainer. Is that a term they keep around? I don't remember. A lot of these, like, you know, again, like, the localization is, like, a little fucky. So we're gonna get some, like, weird terms here and there. I always forget about, like, ground type. Like, some types kind of, like, bleed together for me in my head a lot, like grass and bug, and then ground and rock do, even though they're different things. So sometimes, like, I'll actually, like, not be paying attention and, like, mess up my type advantage because of that. Level up for Toka, that's good. Level up for Aqua. This thing's strong. That! What the hell is that design, though? That looks nothing like what they did with Sandshrew ultimately.
Yeah.
It looks like a weird, like, plushie. Like a teddy bear with a tail or something.
I mean, I probably would have dug a plushie like that as a kid.
Yeah, it's so weird that it looks so different. Oh, that does freaking nothing, huh? This guy's tougher than I thought he'd be. if I switch to Aqua now, I might just have to, like, sacrifice Veil here, because Aqua's, like, already at lower HP.
Mm-hmm.
And... I still can't make any freaking money around here. I only have the one potion, and I would like to save it for Brock. So the AI being kind of bad is working out for me here. do they ever like make Pokemon AI better later on? Because it seems like in a lot of the games, like they just kind of randomly throw out moves regardless of whether it makes any sense. Bitch. You're really just gonna take it from me at the last second. You're just toying with me. Bastard.
Yeah, like, when I was playing Pokemon, it really felt like just dominoes, kind of. Like, you know, oh, the boss is this, I'll use this type and just steamroll the whole fucking thing, with very, very minimal, like, having to switch it up. Like, it almost felt like going into a Mega Man boss, except there's a giant sign being like, hey, dumbass, use this weapon.
Yeah, Mega Man's a little, like, obtuse sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I feel like the prudent thing would be training Aqua up a bit more, but it'll be slow because you know it's so much stronger than the like regular dude Reno's. Maybe just like one more level would be good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because, like, with a type advantage, you can easily beat, like, a Pokemon that's a level higher.
Oh no, it's a PG! Yeah, here it has like little beady bird eyes, and then like Kintsugi Mori was just like, no, I'm gonna give it like Slayer's eyes. There we go, that was fast.
Yeah, neat.
Do do do, meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow.
What up, bitch?
Man, he looks nothing like himself in this sprite.
There's joy! Yeah, it turns out I can actually do a pretty decent Brock, but that's largely because I started off doing a pretty decent Gallery.
Yeah. Look at him, just acting all tough with no shirt. Look at Geodude!
Give me a... Geodude's, like, pointing his thumb, like, I'm gonna knock you out of here!
Geodude reminds me of this thing, I think it's like a Looney Tune short or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like Elmer Fudd, for some reason Bugs Bunny is giving Elmer Fudd like a scalp massage.
Yeah.
But he just like he like messes with his head so hard that he just has all these like lumps on it, and that's what Geodude looks like.
Well, let me see if I can get my Brock voice going. I gotta start off with the Gallery voice though. Lena! You can't send a Geodude out against a Squirtle!
I know what I'm doing, Gowry! I can't do Lena, but...
This Onyx is really gonna impress Nurse Joy!
Donk. Think of it this way, Gowry. If I blow up the gym, then I don't have to fight him.
But then you're gonna have to pay the insurance fees!
That's when we skip town.
How does Gowry know about insurance fees?
I don't know. It's fun. Oh boy, TMs, HMs. I'm such a like basic bitch like RPG player, like especially in Pokemon where it's like you have literally one party member active at a time. So why would I use like, you know, stuff that like does stuff in the long term? And that's why I will always lose in competitive battles because I don't care. I have been considering like God, I don't even need to go to Pokemon Center. I have been thinking about like what if I like imported these Pokemon into Pokemon Stadium after this playthrough. Because I've never played Stadium. Science!
Science!
And it's one magnificent fossil. Scary, man. We got a space exhibit now, okay.
We found space!
Moonstone?
It turned out it was right above us all along.
July 20, 1969. The first lunar landing. I bought a color TV to watch it. They had color TVs? I guess they did, yeah. You had to get them in time to watch John Pertwee.
Is this how Deoxys got to the planet?
Not just Genova.
The moon landing alerted Deoxys to mankind.
And don't forget that the footage of the moon landing made everyone kill the silence. Rosie, Rose, I'm a Rosie, I'm a Rosie. I don't have cut. Bow bow! That's what Nidoran does. This old man has to go defeat Brock so his dog will listen to him. Oh my god, it's a town map. I have one of these in my bag. Ah, this is a classic route. What route is this?
3.
Oh. Well, there you go then. I wonder how strong everyone is here. Are you... Okay. Lass wants to fight. That's another one of those things where it's just like, why Lass? Why is that the one you went with? Oh shit, this is way stronger than me. I believe in Japanese they're called One-chan, which is just one of those, like, it really, like, puts you in, like, that headspace of, like, you know, playing as this little kid character. It's like, oh, this teen girl. One-chan. It's also interesting to think that, like, you know, when I was a kid and everyone was playing Pokemon, like, I don't think most kids really knew that much English. Like, I was like, it was like a big deal at my school that like I knew like some English.
Yeah.
And was better than the teacher at it, but whatever. Everyone was able to play Pokemon just fine, so it's kind of interesting. I wonder if like they learned English from playing it. You're mean.
You poopy head. Met you in Verdian Forest. You kicked my ass.
No, maybe it was the guy who was out of Pokeballs.
Pondering doing things, but I don't know what.
Oh no.
Yeah. Just gonna be able to do them in this room with you.
Well, I can think of a couple of things, but then we'd have to end the stream. Yeah, with the anime, like, you know, I watched some of that Orange League stuff, and I was just kind of like, oh, this isn't great, but new episodes, man, new opening theme. We all live in the Pokemon world. Remember that shit?
Yeah. Alright, chat, I have a question for all of you 90s kids out there. Song versus song, the original Pokemon theme versus the original Power Rangers theme.
Ooh.
Get controversial, argue with each other. I want it to turn bitter.
But I have such a nice chat. I don't know if they'll go for that.
Fine, I want it to turn into a polite debate. I feel like if we had, like, a way bigger of an audience, we could ask that question and then watch as friendships are ruined. Maybe I'll grab my Switch. Put your Joy-Cons on it so I can actually, like, fucking play the thing.
Nice. Eve leans towards Pokemon. She doesn't have a strong opinion. Eve must go.
Wah!
We will now be Eveless, but you will be in our hearts forever. Warrior says Pokemon theme. Power Rangers theme is cool, but I wasn't allowed to watch it growing up, so it's never gonna have that instant nostalgic impact for me. Same, actually. My mom hated Power Rangers. My mom was weird because she was fairly liberal with what I could watch, but then there were just certain shows that like pissed her off somehow. She'd be like, no, that's crap, you're not watching it. And Power Rangers was one of them. I guess maybe I kind of see her point, though. Because it is one of those shows where it's like, if you are not, like, precisely the target audience, it'll have, like, no value for you.
Yeah.
Right?
I will be the lone dissenter. I prefer the Power Rangers theme.
Well, you're a huge Power Rangers fan, so that's
absolutely, yeah.
But also, like, just as a matter of song, like, you know, the Power Rangers theme is pretty hype. The production's not very good on it, though. Like, the guitars are, like, really thin. And, like, I don't think it's mixed very well. Where is the Pokemon Center? And the Pokemon theme is, like, produced, like, amazingly. Like, they got this really good vocalist. It all just sounds really, like, clean in, like, a good way. That's my opinion. Man, remember when they added running boots?
Yep. I never took my thumb off the B button.
Beep, 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 beep.
I like shorts!
They're comfy and easy to wear. Classic! Classic!
Thanks, kid. Glad we had that talk.
And you know, like back then, you didn't really get like memes. People weren't talking about memes because it was just like, you know, you didn't go on the internet and have like this mass consciousness going on. But people just remember that line, and I guess the developers thought it was really funny because they always put like a shorts reference and everything, right?
Maybe.
I think there's like always a shorts guy in these games. They sort of. And like, you know, you compare that to like youngster Joey when Heart Gold came out and everyone was like memeing on the like, my Rattata is in the top percentile of Rattata or whatever. Rattata rather. See, that's another one. That's another one of those Pokemon names that I just can't pronounce because the Dutch dub has brainwashed me. And it's weird that they pronounced those names wrong considering that they were dubbing from the English dub back then. Like, they just had the 4Kids footage, and that's what they used. Look at Ekans! That's not what he looks like at all! Also, the coil doesn't really make sense. It looks like he's just, like, in a knot. He's knotting himself up. Yeah, okay. Can we, why don't you just do the damage at once, alright? Fuck's sake, dude. Come on! Oh, this is supremely irritating. And poison? You're an asshole. Snake. Can I also, like, not switch out if it's doing that, or...?
Yeah.
No, it's letting me do it. I think it's bind that stops you from switching out. Or maybe that was just not a mechanic yet, I don't fucking know. Will you stop it with the rapping shit? Get out of here. Apparently Joey's Rattata has max IVs in all stats. Well, that was super annoying. Welcome to the Pokemon Center. Where do you get you get the heal? Yeah. Yourself the heal. Wahoo. Wahoo! So are trainer lineups actually like different too to like deal with exclusives? Or will they still like just have them?
I don't know.
This chair keeps sagging. So in the original manual for this, there's a screenshot that's actually from like a prototype build, because it has a screenshot of like you fighting Brock, and it says the Brock wants to fight, because since individual trainers didn't have names yet except for the gym leaders, originally, like, you know, the text was parsed like, the bug catcher wants to fight. And then they realized, like, oh, this screws up with gym leaders. But, like, I guess they took the screenshots for the manual, like, before that was finalized, so it says the Brock wants to fight. I guess it's kind of like the Duke. Well, what sort of Pokemon lineup do you think Duke Nukem would have?
Oh, shit. Big ones. Just big.
Like, he's definitely gonna have an Onix and make stupid jokes about it.
Yeah.
What's the difference between Tackle and Scratch? Because Scratch is better, or different?
I don't know.
Well, this is gonna take a while.
Rydia, try casting fire.
I remember this whole Newgrounds animation where it's like red and blue fighting, and they both just have like a Magikarp. So they just keep going like, Magikarp, use Splash! Magikarp, use Splash! And eventually Blue is just like, Magikarp, use Hyper Beam! What do you mean you don't have Hyper Beam? Then I guess we'll use Splash! Yup. The battle of the century right here. You know, when I watched Sway's reviews, he had a lot of good points about the Pokemon League episodes being kind of bad. But I remember really liking them at the time, and maybe that was because, like, you know, I'd sometimes miss an episode or whatever, so it just felt bigger than it was because it was filling in the blanks in my head. So when it was just like, oh shit, he's supposed to get through his match, but then Team Rocket captures him, oh no! Or like when Ash gets bodied by a Bellsprout, it's just like, it's a fucking flower! How's this gonna beat me up? And then it does. When, like, Gen 2 was coming out, like, I remember there was, like, a partial fan translation, because people were, like, you know, so hungry for new Pokemon. And that's actually, my brother played it that way with that fan translation. Though I think it had, like, a bug where, like, one of the gym leaders had, like, an impossibly strong Pokemon, because some data got corrupted. So it was just, like, a level 127 or some bullshit, and you couldn't beat it. And all the Pokemon had, like, their Japanese names. So it was like, yeah, and a new starter is Waninoko. Or like, what's, Hino Arashi, I think, was Cyndaquil. And then Chikorita was just Chikorita, so... It just keeps going. I feel like if you have a team like this as a trainer, you should just, like, immediately... It should be legal for people to just beat the crap out of you. Being an asshole. But, you know, like the games finally came out in English, and it was so hype. I remember the commercials, it's like hyping it up like crazy. And then when the show finally got to Johto, I actually didn't care. I only watched like one episode of it on TV, and was like, oh, that's cool, yeah, and you got the new Pokemon, got the new intro. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And then I just fell off the anime completely. You know, there's the whole thing about, like, ignoring trainers, but why would you? Because if you fight them, you get EXP and money. So unless you're just in a really shitty situation where you don't want to black out, like at the end of a dungeon or something, I can't imagine really wanting to ignore trainers. I'm out of scratch. I got scratch for scratch. Do 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 do.
I will be right back.
All right. I'm just trying to think about a rat wagging its tail to disarm an enemy. I can't imagine that. Oh god, it's horrible. I hate it. It's so creepy looking. Ooh. Can we do it? Yeah! Risu! Be nice. You started this, lady. You approached me! Now you'll face the consequences.
Traded laptop for Switch.
Wow! You switched to your Switch!
Yes. But I'm using your Joy-Con so I can actually play this thing in fucking handheld mode.
I think those are actually your Joy-Cons, though. I thought it was mine that were actually, like, acting up.
Oh.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But...
Well, let me know if my Switch's volume gets picked up. It shouldn't be, because I got it pretty quiet.
The Bugcatcher sprite looks a lot like actual Sugimori art, so I wonder if he did that sprite himself, or at least, like, they had art for it to base that on. Because from what I understand, like, the Pokemon designs were literally just, you know, whoever in the office wanted to submit a design, they would do it, and then they would have, like, meetings voting on, like, what designs were the coolest. And it is really cool seeing, like, a bunch of those unused designs that got leaked, or, like, showing off in, like, Tajiri's little book. Like, there was a manga about, like, the creation of Pokemon that showed a couple of those sprites. And there was, he actually had, like, a big book with just all the designs in it. And it got, like, briefly shown on, like, Game Center CX, but you can barely see anything.
I would goddamn love if there was a manga about the creation of Pokemon, but it was in the style of Gundam Sosei.
That's the one where, like,
Tomino's like an absolutely insane motherfucker,
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, he looks like fucking, Spider Jerusalem from, oh shit, what is it?
What the hell is Spider Jerusalem?
He's the main character in an indie comic that I can't remember the name of, that fucking Patrick Stewart, like, loved.
Huh.
To the point where, like, he wanted to play Spider Jerusalem if a movie ever got made, even though he's too old.
Wow.
Transmetropolitan, that's the name of the comic. Yeah, apparently at one point, like, Patrick Stewart got on, like, stood up on top of a table in a restaurant and recited a monologue from the book. Like,
Just out of nowhere?
well, presumably he was discussing the book with somebody.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the rest of the restaurant, it was probably out of fucking nowhere. But hey, are you gonna complain if Patrick Stewart starts monologuing in your restaurant?
I guess not, no. That's so weird. I wasn't expecting Patrick Stewart to come up in this Pokemon stream at all, actually. Like, now I'm just imagining, who would he play in Pokemon? If they, for some reason, decided to hire, like, big-name actors.
Professor Oak?
Ah! Look at him! Professor Oak, I guess. What if he was like Blaine?
Oh yeah, that could work. Who do you cast as Giovanni?
If we could just cast anyone?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Okay, so this is my first, like, idea. Complete shotgun idea. Dwayne Johnson.
Wouldn't he be better as, like, Lieutenant Surge or something?
Maybe, but I think, like, he is a bad fit for Giovanni, but I think that's what makes it perfect. Because, like, he has to, like... Then you get the image of Dwayne Johnson being defeated by a 10-year-old kid and then having to just, like, walk away.
Why do they suddenly put this asshole Jigglypuff here? Like, you're just fighting all these bug catchers being like, yeah, no problem. And all of a sudden, it's like, no, this thing has, like, moves and it can, like, fuck you. Is this the wake-up boss of Pokemon? Is this random Jigglypuff? That was a little nutty. That was a little crazy. Oh, water gun. That's it? Well, if you brought more Pokemon, we could keep fighting, but as it is, yes, that is indeed it.
I do not remember, like, having to do this much, like, back and forthing.
I mean, as a kid, well, when you're just, like, playing it, like, by yourself, you don't really think about it so much. Mm-hmm. But also, you know, I'm not, like, an efficient player. I could probably, like, not get my ass kicked so hard. Like, on the Rosie McDamsel show, the rules generally, like, unless I say I know a game really well, I'm probably gonna scrub it up a little bit, but that's not the point of the show. So, you know, if I happen to, like, you know, be bad at, like, an FPS starring a dude with sunglasses, and you get mad at that, that's your own fucking problem.
I should play some more of that. I started playing that off stream, like, a month ago, I think? And I actually had fun with it. Like, no shade on Rosie. I was doing a fair bit better at it, but I also, A, had a guide up, and B, was not doing it on a stream.
Yeah, plus, like, you know...
After watching a shitload of Civi on it.
Yeah, and, like, you'd seen me do the full playthrough, so you're not really gonna get, like, blindsided as much as I did, because that game's full of blindsiding for a first time. Like, I think I mentioned it while I was playing too, where just like, don't play this blind on stream. It's kind of a stupid idea unless you're like really intuitive in the specific way that the developers want, I guess, because you know, sometimes I just don't like get what a developer's going for, and I'm just like, what is fuck is this design? And then, you know, other people are like, what do you mean?
Come on, game designers, get it together!
What were we gonna name Spiro?
Fuck, I don't know.
We had like all these bird options.
What do we name the Pidgey?
Vale.
Okay, right. Honestly, Kiara's an obvious one, but at the same time, I feel like, you know, like, that should be Moltres.
Yeah, that makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who else is like a bird or like someone who flies?
Okay, this one's a little out there.
Yeah?
Since you mentioned flying, Nausicaa.
Ah, that's a cool idea.
No, oh, wait.
No?
Wouldn't Nausicaa work better with, like, say, Butterfree if we ever got one? Are we likely to get one?
Well, I don't know if they show up again, if that line shows up again after Viridian Forest, so I'd have to go back to catch, like, a Caterpie or a Metapod.
Yeah. No, make it Nausicaa then.
Okay.
Because Nausicaa's friends with the bug, she is not a bug.
She does fly around.
Yes.
Oh, originally what they were gonna do is, if you're trading,
Mm-hmm.
it would play a song and, like, one Game Boy would play one part of the song and the other would play the other.
Huh.
But I think they couldn't, like, sync it up or something. So that's just, like, unused song data, that I think people found because of, like, glitches playing, like, weird music sometimes. Because, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can just make this game freak the hell out. Alright, always go to the Pokemon Center so that it registers it as the place to go if you die. Do not make the same mistake as the little Rosette on that one. I wonder who these people are who just, like, hang out here, because it seems like, you know, healing your Pokemon is a pretty quick job. You don't really gotta wait. Oh boy. It's everyone's favorite.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna help you out.
So you're gonna, we're gonna need Flash in this, right? Later on.
In a dungeon maybe, but I'm going to.
I don't even know where to get it.
Reach
So.
over you.
Oh.
And there. Now you have map.
Oh, it's map time.
Yeah. I gave her the guidebook.
Yay. Oh no, it's blasting Oasis at me. No wonder I'm confused. You blur, motherfucker. Oh no, the Gallagher brothers finally got to Vale.
Oh no!
There we go. It's time to bring Toka out again, I think.
Do we even want a Zubat?
Well, there's probably plenty of vampire names we could, like, use for it if we wanted that. What do all these numbers mean on the thing? Oh, they're like items. Okay. TM12. What does it do? Like, why would you not tell me what's in the TM, fucker?
It's a surprise.
I think you gotta, like, actually, like, you know, go into it, and then it'll tell you what it is. Water gun. No. Not necessary.
No relation to Vecnagun.
Suspicious men are in the cave. What about you?
I was watching a video about Final Fantasy X-2 earlier, and holy shit, that game is fucking crazy in terms of, like, getting everything. Like,
yes, but when I think about that game being crazy, I always just think about the massive tonal difference between that and the first 10.
There was also that, yeah.
But, you know, that has goofy shit in it, but it's, like, a fairly, like, tonally earnest game.
Mm-hmm.
But then the sequel's just like, what if
Pop star.
a trio of magical girls and one of them's a pop star? And then there's like these fucking... There's like a Team Rocket and a bunch of like, you know, like lesbian teasing. It feels like it's out of a completely different franchise. Like, even if you compare it to like Final Fantasy V, it's still weird.
Yeah.
There we go. It begins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shinobu?
Yeah, Shinobu.
Because Kiss Shot, Acerola, Orion, Hard Underblade doesn't fit.
Jesus Christ. The fuck, Monogatari.
Okay, piss off. I need to go heal Toka. Kind of interesting is like, you know, despite getting into Pokemon through the anime, I was always like aware, like, oh yeah, this was a game franchise first. But with Digimon, I never really thought about the games,
Yeah.
like, at all. I don't even know if it, like, you know, started as a game or if it was just like, you know, like a multimedia project kind of thing. But I know there was like a lot of Digimon games, and I just didn't really ever like think about them as a thing. Like, it was always just like, yeah, when I think about Digimon, I think about the anime. Like, the Digimon story is, like, Tai and everyone. You know, being Dutch, it's just weird to me. There's just, like, people just hang out in caves. Oh, fuck. Where do we even go to find a cave in the Netherlands? I'm sure they exist.
The mythical Dutch caves.
Well, most of the country is like fucking flat and
Yeah.
or below sea level. I lived in the only part that actually had hills in it, so. Where he says, haven't seen any of the Digimon anime, but I've played the games exactly enough to determine I don't like the games. I'm not sure you can make, like, a blanket statement there, because, like, they go, like, different, like, crazy places, don't they? Wooly would know. Like, Digimon's kind of a weird franchise, because it can't seem to, like, entirely decide what its target audience is sometimes.
Yeah. That recent anime was pretty cool, though.
Oh, Ghost Game?
Yeah.
I gotta watch more of that. That was, like, you know, definitely a kid's show, but it was like a fairly smart kid show.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you just get that Japanese thing where, like, you know, no one gives a fuck about whether or not a child will be traumatized.
Yeah.
See, the thing here is, I could use a bunch of potions, but it's not that far to the Pokemon Center, so why would I? It's free! All you lose is your time.
It's free real estate.
Yeah, the Digimon anime kind of, like, blew my mind as a kid. And I always seem to, like, catch, like, the best episodes, too. So when I, like, watched the show in full, it was actually like, oh, this is kind of, like, slower paced and, like, has some, like, pretty crap episodes in between. But, like, yeah, the Skull Greymon episode, like, blew my mind. That was crazy. And then, like, the episode where Tai gets, like, thrown out of the Digimon world, and then, like, you know, it's just, like, really eerie, and he's, like, alone in his apartment because his family's still on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Thunder Wave. Now we can be the trolls. Please go away. Can we get repels yet? I don't know.
I don't think so. Deal with that Zubat and you're gonna like it!
I mean, I'm gonna be really just, like, ambivalent about it, but sure. I had a Pokemon guide as a kid. It was one of those Pojo guides. And I had, like, profiles on, like, every single Pokemon with, like, the official art, which is pretty cool. And they had, like, a pronunciation guide. And the thing is, the book was translated from English, but they didn't, like, change, like, the phonetics of the pronunciations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually how I learned way more about how to, like, speak with an American accent. Because I had to think about, like, you know, like, oh, they actually pronounce it like this is how they form the vowel. Yeah, there were so many, like, you know, like, cheap magazines based on all these, like, fads when I was little.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'd have all these, like, Dragon Ball Z magazines that would just be, like, you know, shit taken from the internet.
Yeah.
Though I had one that had, like, all this, like, it was, like, a collector's guide, so it had all these, like, pictures of Japanese merchandise. And I always really wanted those Japanese action figures. Even though they're kind of crap, I still kind of want them. Just because it's, you know, this is what people would have had back in the day. Plus, like, you know, the actual, like, freaking action figures of it. In the Netherlands, I think all we freaking got were, like, those shitty keychain dolls, which are horrifying. So we didn't even get, like, the weird ones where it was, like, Piccolo has a sword and Krillin has a machine gun. That was a real thing in the States, apparently. And I think some of those were, like, just, like, they took the molds from those Japanese action figures and then just, you know, decided that they should have weapons for some reason? I don't know. I guess there was, like, a requirement for accessories or something. But then I think, like, because there was such a crazy demand for DBZ, they had to start making their own stuff as well. Because, you know, in Japan, you're just gonna get, like, 5 million Gokus. But then in the US, they were like, what if we had a Supreme Kai figure, you know? And, like, I appreciate having, like, the obscure stuff, but I don't think a lot of people will be chomping at the bit for a Supreme Kai figure.
Yeah.
I always thought his design was really cool. It's just, he doesn't fucking do anything in the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, eventually you fight so many metapods, you kind of run out of things to talk about.
Yeah.
By the way, can you keep an eye on the time, because I can't see it now?
Yeah, it's 3:22.
Okay. So we should round off soonish then.
Yeah.
We gotta stop a little earlier than usual for a Sunday stream. Because of reasons.
Family dinner.
Yeah, family dinner's a little early this week.
Pizza.
So is this TFS pizza or is this Plastic Mickey pizza?
I don't know.
Is anyone gonna understand what the hell we're talking about? We've started watching like the modern Doctor Who show. So you got we're just, you know, the first episode of Christopher Eccleston, and then you've got the thing where like Mickey gets like replaced by an Auton, and somehow Rose doesn't notice, even though he's like fucking plastic, and he's just like, pizza! Ah, fuck. An awesome mid-2000s cheap CGI. Well, it wasn't cheap, but like, you know, it's like not exactly movie budget. Apparently that second episode drained most of the show's effect budget for that season.
Really? Holy shit.
Because they had so many aliens and like all these shots of like the spaceship and the Earth exploding and shit. Get out of here already.
Get out of here.
I definitely like. I watch Yu-Gi-Oh a lot, even though
too.
again I would miss episodes and not know what the hell was going on. But I never got into the card game like at all. Like I guess because like I kind of lost interest in the Pokemon cards, and I was like, well, this is more like that, but it's not even just like, you know, here's the creatures you like, because it's just like, here's these characters, and then they play these cards, and then it's not like the creatures have any personality or anything. Oh, some of them make a lot of people horny. Oh, dude, it's Paris. Do you have like a mushroom character?
I feel like Wooly would.
I feel like I should know a mushroom character, and it's just not coming to me. Also, this isn't working out for me. What's good against Paris? What type is it even?
I don't know.
Is Wooly still here? He hasn't said anything in a while.
Yeah.
What's the name of that girl from MHA? There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
mushroom girl in that?
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, I could swear I could picture, like, a mushroom anime girl, but I wasn't sure what she was from. I think she's in, like, Class B or some shit.
Dang it. I'm getting trolled. Stop it! Okay, you better get in my ball now. There we go. Kinoko.
Yeah.
She's literally just called Mushroom?
Yep.
Kinoko. Man, I swear to God, I know like another like character that would qualify, but it's not coming to me. I guess Kinoko will have to do. You can't escape with the rope. You stop people from escaping with the rope. Silly Pokemon designers, you don't know anything. Alright, I am gonna go to the Pokemon Center and then call it a day, I think. do we want, like, either Zubat or Paris in the party? Or
Not really.
I think I've done a playthrough of a Pokemon game where I had a Zubat in my party a lot, but... Beyblade was also definitely a show in, like, that same category. And I did get a Beyblade, and it was really cool. I dug a Beyblade pit at school. We had, like, our like, school playground. It was, like, you know, mostly just, like, you know, like, sidewalk tile. But then at the back, there was a part where it was, like, grass and trees. And then I went back there, and I didn't even have a Beyblade yet myself, I think, but everyone was always playing with Beyblades during recess, and we didn't have, like, a good, like, arena. So I just took, like, a stick, and I just dug a pit. And then that became where we, like, played Beyblade until someone had, like, one of the real plastic arenas. And then, you know, in honor of the pit, we would always still go back to that same spot and put the arena on top of the pit.
That's cool.
Though let it rip is always just like a stupid catchphrase. Let's be honest. Alrighty, that will be it for this time. I think, you know, schedules are schedules, but which means I don't have one. But I like this a lot, so if you guys like it a lot, I will do it again next Sunday. And other than that, I have ideas for what I want to do on Tuesday and Thursday. But we'll see. I'm gonna play, like, you know, some small short games, like kind of in the same vein as the Mega Man playthrough we did. Cause that's just kind of the mood I'm in. I'm not really in the mood for a lot of, like, really big projects. And, you know, this, I guess, will be a longer playthrough because it's an RPG and all that. But it's so freaking casual, cause I don't even like have to care that much about whether I do well. And you know, I always tend to get stressed on streams because I want to, like, look really cool and have, like, an efficient playthrough and just, like, take everyone through, like, the experience in a, like, flowy way, but it, you know, it's freaking Pokemon Red. Everyone already knows this game. That's not what I'm bringing here, you know? You get?
Yeah.
So, I think your search is getting a little loud there.
Is it?
Or is that outside?
That's outside.
What the hell are they doing?
Sounds like somebody's cutting something.
Huh.
Maybe a tree branch.
But I don't have cut yet. Anyway, that'll be all for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I love you all. Don't forget to tell all your friends about Rosie. Follow me on these things down here. And, you know, I always appreciate feedback, so talk to me on Twitter or the secret Discord. I will make a real proper Discord once I hit, like, what do we agree on? Like 100, 200 followers? Yeah. Something like that? I don't remember what I said, but we'll do it when the time is right. Which means there's even more of a reason to tell your friends about Rosie. But that's your homework. I'm off, so Rosie rolling out!
Bye. Who's that Pokemon?
It's Pikachu.
Yes, it's always Pikachu.
As soon as I turn this off, I'm going to think of, like, another show I should have mentioned. The instant. I can just name everything on Fox Kids next time. It'll be great.
Yeah,
Fox Kids was a weird channel before they started doing the anime, by the way. So many weird shows on there. Bobby's World.
Fuck is Bobby? Bobby Kotick? You bastard!
No. No, please, no.